Very good afternoon, ma'am. I'm doing fit and fine and enjoying my life. What about you, ma'am? How are you doing these days?
Yes, even I'm pretty well and enjoying life, enjoying in the sense because I love enjoying with to interact with different people. I feel so energetic and so light minded. I feel every time whenever I connect to anybody. So it's giving me an opportunity to live a life actually.
Wow, that's really glad to know that you have been connecting with different people and trying to explore your thought process and your
Yes.
knowledge and experience every single thing because the more we'll connect with different people, the more we are going to get diversity of thoughts from their side, their ideas, their insight
Right.
that would be
Right.
helpful for us in order to enhance our value. Yeah.
So, Shiv, before we plunge into our conversation, so let me know something about you. I know as well, but for my viewers, if somebody watched the video for the first time, so that's why I want to know more about you.
Sure, ma'am. Well, my name is Shiv. I born and brought up in India, and my native place is Uttarakhand. By profession, I'm a central government employee. As far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my Master in English, Master in Commerce, and this year I'm pursuing my Master in Economics. And I do teach English to beginners and to intermediate speakers through different online applications as an unofficial English trainer. And I run my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teacher Shiv, where I'm uploading stuff related to spoken English conversations. That's all from my side, ma'am.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So, Shiv, you are a government employee, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, so don't you go for your for the work? Yeah, because I see you on this Skype, every now and then I see you. So I want to ask you, don't you go to work like you are an employee, you are an government employee. So how you get time to for the conversations? How you manage both the things? I mean to ask you.
Well, actually, ma'am, I the work which I do, I'm
Yes.
responsible individually for that work. So what I do usually, I'm trying to schedule my work in such a way that I can make a balance between the work I have been doing and my this practice, spoken English practice. So
Okay.
ultimately, like I have to submit some reports to my senior, which I need to collect from my subordinates, and I have to analyze that. I have to just, compile those reports, and so this is what I do in my office. So I know like how can I manage that work. So I do that in my spare time. Like most of the time, I don't take break during my work time, and rather I do focus on the work that I need to complete that work so that I would able to practice. And then by taking permission of my senior, I'm just doing practice because they are also quite supportive to me. If they are getting the work that I need to finish, so they don't have any problem with my practice and everything. So that's how I'm managing all this stuff.
Very nice. So like every day you don't have to go to your workplace. Not every day.
Yes.
No, I'm asking you. You need not go every day to your workplace. To your workplace, you need not go every day, is it?
Yeah, it is, ma'am.
So you are calling me from Uttarakhand, okay?
Uh, yes, ma'am. I'm calling from Uttarakhand because my work here is only. I'm working here only.
Then I want to ask you why you are like wearing a jacket. It seems to me that you are wearing some jacket kind of thing. So is it that cold over there?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, here is too cold now. Means raining is it's raining here. At the same time, weather is quite foggy because the place where I work it's on hilly areas, and here the temperature is bit low. So that's why.
Yeah, it always remains. Like Uttarakhand is a very good state. The atmosphere and climate, everything remains very nice. So, Shiv, do you want to talk to me in some topic or a normal conversation we'll have?
Actually, ma'am, I have planned some rapid fire questions for you.
Yes,
If you
yes,
are comfortable with those questions, and all those
yes,
questions are some basic questions and basic problem one learner has been facing related to spoken English. So if
yes, yes,
you
you start.
are comfortable with that, so I can continue. Shall I?
Yes, 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 yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So my first question for you are very simple. I hope you have remembered. I've asked you this before, but I just want to ask it again. Uh, I just want to know about your English journey. Like, when did you start speaking English, and what are the obstacles you have faced in your initial stage, and how did you overcome with those barriers?
Like when I started my journey, so it's been like from February I started. It's almost 6 months for me. Okay, it's almost 6 months when I started speaking. So initially, when I started, I was not able to give my thoughts properly. I was not able to speak to anybody. I would not come on the cameras. When somebody told me to be on one video call, so I would not prefer to be on video because I thought if I'll be on the video, then if I make mistake, the other person will going to upload my video. So I was very scared of that. So I started only on the audio calls, not with the videos. And once I started speaking on the audio calls, I was more confident. I thought now I may try for the video calls. And after speaking on audio calls for 2 months, then I prepared for myself to come on videos. And once I came on the videos, I felt that this is the best way to interact with people. Besides, apart from yeah, I was on audio calls, but I preferred videos because when we have like eye contact, no, so that time it gives us, better, I must say, atmosphere to speak to somebody. So, like I tell you, I started my journey 6 months back. Yeah, that's about me.
Wow, that's really a great journey. And one thing that I loved about your practice is
Yes,
you give time to yourself in order to get familiar with this language first. Not only you, but also there are many people that are not comfortable to start speaking directly with strangers, and especially when it comes to English, second language. But you took your initiative in a very healthy way. That first you just made yourself quite comfortable with this language. Then you
yes,
started making
yes,
comfortable with
exactly.
strangers. Once you just make a compile, or I would say amalgamation of being comfortable with language and being comfortable with stranger, you
Yes,
just make amalgamation of both things, and then you come up with something that I can see right now, that when you speak
exactly.
in such effective and amazing manner. That's really admirable, ma'am.
Exactly, exactly. And is it, Shiv, I want to ask you one thing. Then is it necessary when you speak to somebody, like there are so many beginners are there on this group. So when we speak to somebody, whether we have to speak in a normal language or with the high-fi vocabularies and different difficult sentences. So some people are trying to go for the refined words, the difficult words. I think it's not necessary to go with that language, because I think the beginner will not get what I'm telling about. So is it necessary to go to learn difficult words or vocabularies? Should we use them or should we speak in a plain language? What do you think? Sometimes I'm confused about
Ma'am, I
this.
would say it depends.
It
It
depends. It depends
depends.
on person to
It
person.
depends. It depends on some factors. Let me just throw some light on these factors. Number one, what exactly you want to do with English.
Yes.
You took English as a subject that you are studying it in a systematic manner for some particular reason.
Yes.
Or you took English as a language that you just want to communicate with people around the world in a simple and comfortable way. That's the
Right.
first factor.
Yes.
Because in both cases, strategies would be different. If you took English as a subject, you have to use your vocabs because you have to deal with those steps where you have to use those vocabs during a teaching profession, when you are like opening your own institute, or you are providing some online classes, or you are participating any written stuff like a written examination, or you want to become a writer. You have to use vocabs to retain it for eternal, for long lasting. But
Exactly.
in case if you took it as a language, so that's your responsibility, that you have to make yourself and your conversation as simple as you can to
Right.
simplify the things, so that the person to whom you are talking, you would able to solve the purpose for that communication, for that
Right.
conversation which is going on. So if you can express your thoughts, feelings, ideas, and message in a simple words, so there is no need to use any difficult vocabs,
Correct.
right? Number two factor, when you are speaking, the person to whom you are talking, what is the level of English he has?
Yes.
If
Correct.
you think that the person to whom I'm talking, he is a beginner, I
Yes.
am sure you should not use your vocabs, advanced vocabs. Be simple as you can, because English, being a language, you have to make yourself understandable to the guy to whom you're talking. And if
Right.
you are talking to him and he is not understanding what exactly you're speaking, but tell me,
Right.
what is the fun of learning this language,
Correct.
right? At the same time, if you're talking to an intermediate speaker, just use your average vocabs, moderate rate of vocabs that he can understand. On the other hand, if you're talking to a proficient speaker, a native speaker, an advanced speaker, or a teacher, so sure, you can try to use your advanced vocabs because they can understand your vocabs,
Right.
right? Now,
Absolutely.
third factor is, what is the motive of that conversation which is going on between you and the person to whom you're talking? What is the motive? What do you want? Do you want to acknowledge each other with your vast knowledge of vocabularies, or you just want to have a conversation to just to communicate and all, or to being socialized? For example, what I do, I have one friend, and he's really rich in vocabularies. What I
Okay.
do, whenever I talk to him, I always try to use my vocabs, advanced vocabs, and he does the same thing. Why?
Okay.
Because we both are interacting with each other in order to amplify our vocabularies. We
Right.
want to excel, we want to explore it, so
Right.
that whenever someone will use those vocabs, at least we should in that position, we can understand what exactly he
Right.
wanted to say. At the
Absolutely.
same time, if I feel that I have to use these vocabs in order to express any of my thoughts, I
Yes.
should be very feasible in order to manifest my ideas. Just because I am good in vocabs, I know what to speak. Because now, the fourth factor is, many times what happen,
Yes.
learning vocabularies or to elevate your vocabs is not a crime. Do it. Religiously do it. Nothing wrong. But learning vocabularies, knowing vocabularies is something else, and implementation and execution is a different part.
Exactly.
So when you are learning vocabularies, just try to use it for the sake of your remembrance, because I've seen many times people have been learning vocabs a lot, but just because they are not using, they can't even get the exact and appropriate vocabulary the time it is required. Why?
Yes.
Because they have just learned that is something that is in their passive brain, in a
Mm.
subconscious mind.
Mm.
But until unless you would not bring information from your passive or your subconscious mind to your active or conscious mind, now what is the fun of learning those vocabs? Right? By the time you would forget.
Right.
And one of my teachers said one thing, that's how I'm going to end up this particular topic. She told me, Shiv, if
Yes.
you want to, like, just try to use, otherwise you are going to lose. And better than
Okay.
lose, try
Yes.
to use.
Yes.
So these are five factors, depends on
Huh.
your choice.
So yeah. So thank you so much for giving me some good knowledge about this. So do you remember any good vocabulary word? What you have learned recently? Do you remember? And you asked me if I know or not. Let me see. Let me see.
I would say, ma'am, I'm a logophile. It means lover of words, and I do have more than 20,000 vocabs in my mind, honestly.
Oh,
So
so that
if you were
even I
asking,
may learn. For my knowledge, I'm asking for my knowledge. Let me see if I know the meanings or not. So because I love vocabulary shift, see this is my register. See in this I've written like around 1,000 words in it. I have many words of vocabulary. So let me see, but I'm not using it in my conversation. So because I see the opponent of mine, and some when I know that he can understand, then only I use. Yes.
yeah, in fact, when I'm speaking to people, I always try to hold myself to stop, like to use those kind of vocabs because I have remembered so many difficult vocabs as well. And not intentionally, but unintentionally, sometimes these vocabs comes in my spoken English. But that's fine. Okay, ma'am. So, what do you know about pulchitudinous? The first word
Sorry.
for you is pulchitudinous. P U
Never,
L
never
C
heard.
H
No,
R I D.
no.
Okay, so the meaning of this word is very simple. That is beautiful. If you want to appreciate someone for his or her beauty, you can simply say pulchitudinous, especially this terminology used for girls. And now tell me how many synonyms you have for pulchitudinous, for beautiful. I'll
No,
count.
actually, give me the spelling first because if I forget, and again I have to go through the video to to do this. Yeah, tell me the spelling of it.
Pulchitudinous, ma'am. If you want to write it down the spelling, so you can write it down. Pulchri,
Pul.
Chri,
Yes.
Pu,
Tu.
yeah,
Yes.
Tu,
Yes.
Di,
Di.
and Ous.
Di.
Yeah, Di,
Pulchritudinous.
Di dog, I. Yeah, pulchitudinous.
Okay, then what's the meaning of this word?
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
gorgeous, awesome, wonderful. Yeah. And I
Pulchritudinous.
have remembered
Something I find it.
around 30 synonyms of beautiful. Sorry?
I can frame the sentence from this word, but I'm not able to pronounce it properly. Pulchritutive. Is it?
Yeah,
Is it pulchritutive? Pulchritutive.
no, no. Whenever it comes to pronunciation of these kind of words, I would
Okay.
suggest you just try to break it down the word first into small segments, which we called syllable. So I'll break this word in this way. Pul, cre, to, D,
Yeah,
ness. There are
pulchritutive.
5 syllable. Yeah, pulchritudinous, 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 pulchritudinous. That's how you can pronounce it.
Pulchritudinous. Pulchritudinous.
Yeah, perfection.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Pulchritudinous. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So can I use it? I can frame it with a sentence. Should I try to frame it in a
Yeah,
sentence? Or
please
we
go
can,
ahead. Yeah.
it's difficult to frame a sentence from it. Pulchritudinous. I know the meaning of the
I don't think
beauty.
so.
And it is something
You have to
awesome.
just
It's like
think about beautiful. Yeah, awesome, beautiful,
I'm
gorgeous. You just
I'm
need to think
giving
about
you
that word. That's how you can frame a sentence.
no, I'm giving the synonyms for that word. Like beautiful, awesome,
Okay.
and yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
marvelous, not marvelous, okay? Beautiful, awesome. What we will say, there are few words for beautiful as well. Mm, beautiful, awesome, pretty, lovely. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty.
Now I don't remember much. Only these words here.
Okay, let me tell you. Um, beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, aesthetic, ravishing, and then stunning, appealing, delightful, graceful, staggering,
Yes,
dazzling,
yes, of
hypnotic,
course. Yeah, yeah,
prepossessing,
yeah. Yes,
winsome,
yes,
and then enchanting,
yes,
elegant,
of course.
and then bombastic, and
Yes.
what else? I do have winsome, and what else? Yeah, pretty, lovely, charming. Yeah, there
So
are
many.
so many other
Thank
words.
you. Yes, and so many words you gave me. Actually, I must say I knew many, but at the very time didn't come into my mind. Not many, but yeah, some 7 or 8 I do know, but on the very moment I forgot. And you are much efficient,
That's what I
efficient.
said now, ma'am. Knowing something and implementation or execution are entirely different things.
Okay, so Shiv, I want to stop my recording because it's my full set. Last time you remember, a video had gone very long, so I was not able to put it on my gallery. It didn't come in my gallery actually. So you don't go back. Don't go back
Only
here.
one correction I want, if you allow me, may I?
Yes, yes, why not? Yes, it's my pleasure. Yes,
I'm not sure, but I have heard that you said I cannot able to record this call, something like that. Am I right?
I'm not able to. I must say I'm not able to.
Yes, that's a correct. So do remember, either you can use can or able. You can't use
Yeah,
these two
yeah.
words together in one sentence because can is something that shows ability of someone. I've seen many times people usually make this mistake.
Maybe,
So
yeah,
I
maybe
thought,
by fault it may have come from my mouth, but I don't remember. Okay, it is.
yeah,
Why the recording is not stopping? Just a minute.